Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy, bloop, 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 that's me, boop, Debsy. Hey guys, happy Tuesday everybody. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but we got our first snow today. It is freezing, and I don't know, I'm not completely hating it, but I kind of am. So, welcome to Tuesday. I hope everybody had a great day, or if not great, then reasonably good. Today's Tuesday. Last night I watched night 1 of Bachelor in Paradise. We're gonna break it down. This was temptation. This was a lot of temptation this week. We started off the episode off kind of mopey. Everybody was like sad and moping around and upset that Rodney was gone. Everybody was upset. Two people that seemed to take it really hard. The hardest were Andrew and Brandon. So let's cut to the second person who was involved in that relationship. That was Eliza. The producers followed Eliza all the way to Baltimore in her quest to try and get Justin back. So she shows up and she tells him the situation, what happened. She made the wrong choice. And she realized that as soon as she let him go, she realized she made the wrong choice. She made that choice based on influence from others on the beach. And she tells him that she told Rodney she wants him to find someone who's going to choose him first. Well, listen. I really thought she was going to go there and Justin was going to be like, oh my God, let's hug and kiss, we're back together. No. He basically turned her words around on her and was like, correct. That's exactly right. You want what you want for Rodney, I want for myself. I want someone to choose me first. You didn't do that. So there we go. And so now I'm going to choose myself, which, okay, hey, I'm not mad at you for that, but damn, I really thought he was gonna be like, girl, come here, ooh, like that. No. So she went outside, she got herself together, cried a little bit, and was like, I really apologize for what I did. I thought he was going to forgive me for that and take me back, but I guess he's not. So she left. Okay. So the next thing that happened, and this was the recurring theme of the night, they introduced three new women to the beach. First one was Mara. She was from Clayton's season. I was not a fan of hers, simply for the fact that she liked to use the phrase saucy a lot. Let's get saucy, because the play on her name was marinara. Mara, like marinara. It annoyed me when she was on Clayton's season, and I was not a fan. So she's before she heads down to Paradise, she's all like, I'm gonna get a tequila and get ready for marinara to spice it up and get a spicy. And then she goes down onto the beach and she's like, let's get this party started. And they're like laying around in cardigans on the beach, like crying and moping and everything, and all sad in their feelings and all emu. And she's like, oh shit. She thought she was headed down to like fun in the sand, and AKA it was just like a sad stew. It was just like a sad stew all over the beach. So she still tries to bring some spice to the beach and some fiesta. So she talks to Andrew. Andrew's like, no thanks. Next was Logan. Logan passed it up because he's been in enough triangles. And the funniest thing for him was he said, my prayers are with you. So okay. Next up was Johnny. Johnny came right up and was like, nope, I'm in a relationship. See ya. So the fourth one she talked to was Justin. They basically were talking real deep stuff like tans and things like that. So Mara had her date card. Mara asks Justin to go on the date. Justin goes. We were gonna queue up here for maybe a little bit of a cat fight between Florence and Mara. So what did they do? Of course, they went out. The date card said we're going to get saucy. So of course they went out. They had and they had churros. But wait, they didn't eat churros. They made themselves into churros. So she like slathered him up with butter. Listen, am I the only one that thought he had a giant tent? Like, bing! That tent was pitched upward. That's what I thought. I could be wrong. I don't think I am. And then he slathered her up and then they poured chocolate on each other and like wasted all kinds of condiments and in a disgusting body fluid churro. No, thank you. That's nasty. So back on the beach, Victoria and Johnny, they went real deep. She was like, listen, off camera, she was like, listen, I need to get into some deep conversations with him. We got to go deeper. And Johnny opened up and he had mentioned that his brother was in prison and just the hardships in his family. And he had really opened up, and that's what she wanted to see. I'm going to tell you, I myself was never the biggest fan of Johnny. I was not the biggest fan of Johnny on The Bachelorette, on Rachel and Gabby's season. However, for me, Johnny really is the comeback story for me. I don't know. I see a lot of growth in Johnny, and that means a lot coming from me because I was never a big fan of his on there. Next, we had Logan, this whole Logan and Kate situation. I'm going to call it a situation because I don't even look at it as really like a relationship. I think these two just need to break up. I don't think it's going to stand the test of time at all. So Logan basically just wants to talk to Kate to find out, like, what do you need me to do to step it up? And Kate has said that he just needs to wow her. Logan and Kate, they talk. He tells her he was hurt by what she said at the rose ceremony. And because he was on like such a big high from their makeup, and they kissed on the beach and this and that, the notebook, and they had a great conversation. And then there was this big letdown for what she said. And then she'd come back and said she needs him to steer the ship sometimes. In my mind, to steer the ship for me is her way of being like, listen, I need you to become more responsible. But she's trying to make it be like steer the ship in conversations here at the beach. And he was like, listen, I've done things and I've done things and I've said things to show you how I feel and how I'm planning on changing. But that's just like not enough for her. This is what I think. These two are just not going to make it at all. There's a lot of resentment between the two of them. Like, he might still be a little resentful that she went on this date with Hayden. And I think she's just resentful for like the fact that whenever she was going to go on this, she went to him to ask him about, should I go on this date with Hayden? He wasn't like, please don't go. I also think she might be a little resentful for the fact that like he doesn't have this money that she thinks he should have and this job and everything, and that she might be looking a little further into the future and being like, oh, listen, I'm gonna have to carry this guy. So I don't think this is a great relationship. I really think this is gonna end. I don't foresee this going on any further beyond like Paradise. I don't even know why the two of them would want to be together. I mean, okay, it's in Paradise and it's fun and it's sexy and everything, but I mean, really, look at it on the outside. I don't see this going on. So Justin and Mara come back from their date. It's the next day, and they're standing around talking, and Florence is really kind of like pushed to the side, and she's feeling like, he hasn't talked to me. He hasn't even said anything to me. what am I doing here? You know, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna go home. So she goes, there was really no cat fight. Like for all the talk that she was like, there's not gonna be any competition between us. That's it. Blah, blah, blah. There was really none. So she went up to her room and was getting ready to pack to leave. Justin went up and was like, where are you going? And she said, well, after you came back, you haven't even talked to me. You haven't even acknowledged me. And he's like, let's go talk. So they talked. He said, listen, I had a fun time with Mara, but there's really not, she's a nice lady and we had fun, but I would much rather pursue something with you and I have more of a connection with you. Okay, in walks Marinara, and she's all like, hey guys, I was looking for you, aka I was looking for Justin, not so much you. And what's going on? So Florence walks away and Justin says, hey, we had fun, but I have more of a connection with Florence. She's like, oh, okay, well, I see how that is. All right, I'm just spicy. And then she tried to act like she was all like not hurt, and she was walking away like with her, you know, bikini bottoms up her butt. And then she went and just cried to everybody. So there was that. Another girl that came down onto the beach there were two girls then that came onto the beach. NC from Clayton's season and Lindsay. I'm not sure what season she was from, but NC immediately pulls Andrew. Andrew says, and she says to Andrew that she's been looking for him and he knows her. He knows of her. He's kind of been looking for her to be there. And, you know, things have not been going so great. He's definitely going on this date. I can tell you right now, he's going on this date. Lindsay pulls Logan. And Lindsay pulls Logan. And they're talking. He's saying that he would have to talk to Kate about going on a date, but she was definitely on the list of people that he wanted to meet. So the date cards are pulled. NC asks Andrew to go on a date. Andrew says yes. Lindsay asks Logan, and Logan says, I have to talk to Kate about it. Now listen, he should have just said no. So Logan pulls Kate aside and asks, you know, what do you think about this? And she says, she's really surprised that he even has to ask her if he can go on a date with somebody else. And he says, I feel like you're very critical of me and you're looking down on me. And she's like, I'm not. And then she says, I don't want you to go on the date. So he says, listen, I'm not going on, I can't, I'm with Kate. Lindsay's real upset and she goes home. Listen, I don't know why they're bringing these women on this late in the game. Nothing's going to happen. Everybody is in these relationships. Nothing's going to happen. The thing about Kate, and Kate says that she thinks Logan's still resentful of her going on the date with Hayden. And then she says, name a time when I've been critical. Okay, maybe you haven't been critical to his face. I mean, yeah, you have been a little critical to his face, a little bit. But behind the scenes, you've been telling everybody that will listen how critical you are of his living situation, his age, the car he drives, his job, his financial situation, everything. So you have been kind of critical. Andrew and NC, they end up going out. Andrew then lets loose that he's not sure if he's on the same page as Jasenia, and tells NC that there's really no sparks right now between him and anyone, and he definitely feels a connection with NC. He comes back from the date. He talks with Jasenia. He says, it's been a tough couple days. It's been a real sad time. I don't want to drag you into my sadness and my darkness. And Jasenia was like, well, you never gave me any chance to like help pull you out of it. And they're done. And Jasenia is very hurt, which I understand. Listen, I feel like Jasenia is one of the people that really is there for the right reason. It seems like like the connection that she had with Andrew, like she went deeper than just surface. So honestly, I really hope that Jasenia finds somebody. Now I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen because it looks like on tonight's episode, there's going to be some kind of big issue at this party. So who knows? So all of this has happened. And then someone says, I think it was Tyler who says, I really hope that no more women walk down the stairs. Cue Gabby and Rachel. Gabby and Rachel come in. The women are squealing and losing their mind and so happy. And the men, not so much, because Logan, if you remember, he was team Rachel, didn't feel a connection with her, felt more of a connection with Gabby, went to Gabby, got, as he likes to say, he had to leave the boat because of a sickness. It was the pandemic, and had to leave. And Kate is very good friends. Kate is best friends with both of them. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Tonight should be very interesting. So everybody, if I've not told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world. Also, listen, in the comments, let me know, who do you think is gonna make it out in the real world out of everybody? I think it's definitely going to be, for sure, Brandon and Serene. And I think possibly Michael and Danielle. Those are the only ones that I think. I do know some tea on one of the couples. Not gonna say anything, but listen, you'll find out. You'll find out at the reunion. So everybody have a great night, and I love you guys. Bye, guys.